Hi, it's Keith and my brother Chris again. Yesterday we had talked about the idea of anger being used as a fuel of sorts to really make lasting, permanent changes in someone's life if they want to change their life for the better. And today we kind of wanted to talk about the idea of your self-concept, your self-image. And what that means is really what a person believes is possible for themselves or what they believe that they actually deserve.
Yeah.
So we had recently talked about this in a blog post, and I thought it was quite phenomenal where it was going and everything. And we wanted to ask you the question of what do you think you deserve? What do you think is possible for yourself?
Yeah, because as kids, we would obviously we didn't really have a concept of money or value. We didn't really have a firm grasp on it. What we did know was that there were things that we would ask for, things we would want, and this is obviously an experience that every kid goes through, where you want something, and you're told by your parents that it's too expensive, or they can't
Right.
afford it, or whatever the reason is, you just can't have it. And the problem is, it's not like that's something that no one gets to have. It's not an object that you want and no one gets to have it. Some people do. Some people get to have it. It's just not you that does. So because of this, during those years when you were forming your self-concept, you started having this kind of dividing line between the things that you can have down here and the things that other people get to have that are kind of beyond you and outside of your realm of possibility,
Right.
almost.
And I know that a lot of people will look online to see where their ancestry traces back to, because I think it's almost like a belief that people have where they sort of think that if they find someone that they're related to, you're far, far back, that if they find out that that person was a president or a noble or someone huge or famous like that, that's possible for them. And
It's
I
like
think that's
evidence
yeah, I
almost.
think that's a huge draw to like the whole idea of looking at your genes, who you were related to, where you came from. And I think that part of that is a sense of belonging, but I also know that a huge part of that is to sort of see what's possible for people. What can they have?
Yeah, that reminds me. There was a movie we saw, must have been 2 or 3 years ago. It was a Tim Allen movie. I don't
Right.
remember what the name of it was, but in the movie, he had just gotten out of prison, and he's struggling, trying to find a job, something he can do for money, trying to get back on his feet. And in the movie, his dad, who is dead in the movie, his dad had owned a painting company that did custom painting for houses and apartments, if I remember right. And so when Tim Allen gets out of prison, he finds all of the things that his dad used to own for the business. He finds like these old, dried up cans of paint. They're useless now. They can't be used for anything. Yeah, there's an old company truck that doesn't run with the name on the side. So some brushes and rollers that are falling apart. And in the movie, Tim Allen restarts the business by himself. He restarts this business, uses his own car, buys new paint, obviously, and starts his business, and is successful. And what I thought was interesting about that, what made me just remember it, is the fact that he didn't really have any physical assets. It wasn't like he had a big storage shed of new paint that he could still use, or a client list of people that he could go to and possibly do some work for them. He didn't have a truck that ran. All that he had was an idea of who he was. He had this self concept of being the son of a business owner, so that was possible for him. He could be a business owner. And he
Right.
was. He made a good go of it. He was successful.
And you don't have to have someone that's already carved the path out in front of you, as far as like your genes go, looking at someone in your family who's actually made something of themselves, who have done something that you want to do now. If you're me, I know that it can be kind of a disappointment to look back in your past and find out that your whole line is essentially made of nothing but farmers. But really, it had to start somewhere in every family. Someone had to be the first one who was an astronaut. Someone had to be the first one who became president or an entrepreneur or a millionaire. Someone had to do it first. And my question to you is, why can't that be you? If you want to do something and you don't find anyone else in your family who's done it before where you can draw on that and go, okay, someone has done this who I'm related to, I'm sure that I think similar to them, that I act similar to them in some way, so it must be possible for me. And I have to call, absolute crap on that because you can be the first one to do something in your family.
Yeah, you can't be afraid to be the pioneer, to be
Right.
the one. so that you can kind of pave the way for everyone else in the future, so that you can be their ancestor, that they look back and they can become what you were, or hopefully even better. But I guess that's kind of the idea of this whole conversation, is just to realize that you don't have to have that the genealogy or the proof in your past that you can be something, that you can be absolutely anything. You can be
Yes.
the first and be the pioneer. So I mean that's our conversation for today, and we put together a free gift for you, that you can download. There's a button somewhere around the video. Sure, you'll find it. I'll make it big and a bright color for you. And that'll just, I mean, this was just a quick conversation, just some ideas, just to get the conversation going. And so that'll help you maybe get a little bit deeper into it and see how you can apply it. And our next video, we're going to be talking about your self concept, and kind of like this video, your self concept, but more about how you can influence it and decide what you want it to be, and decide what you want it to look like for you, to
Yes.
decide what you deserve.
So this is Keith and Chris, and we'll see you in the next video.